Hello, welcome to Learning About Finland again. My name is Dominique, and last video I spoke about Fitness 24/7 membership, and I thought this video I would talk about banking in Finland. For those of you that don't know, I do have a banking history. I worked in Canada at a bank, initially starting as a paper pusher, so to speak. I was working in the central accounting unit, and I would be the one that would process all the bank requests for customers and for the branches as well. So making sure their bills are paid on time and so on. Once I realized the job was going more digital and there was more and more need for me to find a new job because I would not be so needed there anymore, I switched over to their call center or customer service department. So I handled a lot of, transactions for customers on the phone, handled some case studies for them, do some investigations, bank inquiries on their account, and so on. So that's my history about banking. In Finland, in order to get a bank account, you need to have a social security number, which is designated to you from the maistraatti, or the magistrate of Finland. So you need to provide ample identification, and they'll get you set up with the social security number. And this social security number is made up of your birthday and then a combination of letter and numbers at the end. So for example, it would be date, month, year, and then some alphabet and numbers at the end. So all of my children are born in Finland, and they all have been given their social security number right away from their birth. So one thing that is handy to have when banking is having a Finnish identification card. This is, I believe, for expats. It used to be brown, but now it's green. I cannot use it for travel, and I cannot use it for driving or considering it any kind of residence permit or anything like that. So this is strictly just to prove who I am for when I need to pick up a package, if I need to have some sort of transaction at the bank, or if I might get lucky and get ID'd when purchasing alcohol, which has happened. It's great. So with the banks, personally I bank with S-Pankki because I do a lot of my shopping through Prisma or S-Market. And with the bank cards, you'll see there's the chip card installed. So with that said, when I moved here in 2009, Canada was just starting to get these smart chip cards. So you can just, pay to go, tap to pay, or contactless payment, as it's called here. So that was pretty trendy and pretty new in Canada. And when I moved here, one of the first things I learned is that the idea of having a checkbook or a check system, for those of you that don't know, it's when you have a booklet of paper that is essentially a promise of money being taken out of your account to give to someone else for whatever reason. Those were completely abolished in Finland 20 years prior to 2009 when I moved, give or take. So checks do not exist here, where I believe they still are being used in Canada. But here in Finland, it's very advanced. Having a bank account number and sharing it with your friends is not taboo, or even a complete stranger. Like if someone owes you money, let's say you make a purchase and in person, like secondhand, and the person doesn't have enough money. Quite often they'll say, well, give me your bank account and I'll transfer the money. It can take 2 to 3 business days, depending on if they're with the same bank as you or not, but I've also had it transfer over within the same day as well. The other option is mobile pay. It's an app where you only need the person's phone number, because if you have the app and so does the other person, then your bank account number is linked to your phone number when you create your account with mobile app. So that is very, very trendy lately. It's very easy to use, and you can also request money. You can include a photo of the receipt if you were doing some grocery shopping. If you were doing some grocery shopping on behalf of your neighbor, for example, then you can just send a photo of the receipt of what they owe and request and send money that way. But back to banking. When I first moved here, I was part of Sampo Bank, which is now has been bought by Danske Bank years and years ago. Initially, when you sign up with the internet banking, along with your bank card and bank account, you'll get something called a key card. And I actually don't have one on me anymore because they're kind of dying out thanks to mobile pay. So what a key card was, it was just, a standard size card, and it would have whatever numbers, key numbers there, and then the code to go with it. So when you were signing in for internet banking, you would put in your ID number and your password, and then to add extra security, you had to match whatever number was on the screen with your card and put in the unlocking code with it. And that was also applicable to paying bills, transferring money to your family or friends, anything that involved taking money in or out had to be with this key card. Now, I don't know about other banks, but I'm pretty sure they're doing quite similar things. At least I can speak on behalf of S-Bank. S-Bank now has a fingerprint identification for those that have smartphones. So what you can do is you can register your fingerprint, have it as a touch ID listed to approve your purchases. So you can do the contactless payment in store and just tap your card to reduce spreading of germs by putting your PIN code. So you can do the tap to pay, you can insert your card to pay and put in the PIN if you want. If you're paying somebody that you owe money to, then you can do mobile pay, and you can also have the option for when you're paying, for example, omnibus tickets through the app or anything online. You can option to pay through a credit card, PayPal, what have you, but you can also pay through your banking. So what they'll do is they'll get you to sign into your banking, so you put in your ID number, not your personal ID number, your banking ID number. You'll put that in, and then it will tell you to go to your bank app, use your fingerprint to approve it, and then your purchase will go through that way. So this is really handy. It involves less plastic being used because not so many people are using those key cards anymore. Considering the coronavirus pandemic that's going on currently, tap to pay is really great. Mobile pay is also really great. The K market chains have also joined in on the mobile pay as an option. So that's some ways to get through your banking needs. And if you have a bill to pay, you can pay it online. There's usually a barcode at the bottom, and you can scan it with your smartphone, and it will, through your internet banking website, you can scan it through your banking app and pay your bill that way. You can also have it automatically deducted from your account. For example, the Fitness 24/7, you have to pre-approve it. Then it will be set up that it's automatically deducted along with your basic bills as well. You can pretty much do anything with internet banking these days, and it's really great. And, like I said earlier, sharing your bank account number, not a big deal, whereas North America, it's very hush-hush. You don't do that. I remember wanting to submit money or deposit money into my partner's account at the time, and I went to do it in person, and I had to provide identification to put money in, so that way it's on record. And also I had to sign a receipt, or lately these days it's just electronic signature by putting in a PIN code. One other really great thing that I like about S-Bank is that you no longer have to wait in line. I guess you never had to. I just only found out about this year. What they have in place is if you need to deposit money or withdraw money, like a cashback, from your account with S-Bank, you can go to any related chain store, so Prisma, ABC, S-Market, Sale, and just provide identification with your bank card, and then you are able to withdraw or deposit money with a maximum of about 200 euros and without any extra fee up to 5 times a month, which is fantastic because the lineups at S-Bank can be quite long. Their hours can be quite limited, like all banks. But this really is great if you have a ton of loose change, or, maybe you should go to the bank for that because they may have a coin sorting machine. But if you have a ton of cash or bills for whatever reason, you know, from tips or what have you, then you can get it deposited and save a lot of time waiting in line at a bank. So that's one of their biggest programs that they have initiated, which I had no idea, on top of the 5% or up to 5% bonus every month, depending how much you spend at their companies. And no, this is not sponsored, it's not an ad, it's just a fun fact for you while learning about Finland. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!